I'm a divorced single dad, father of 5 kids. It can be tough raising kids today. Believe me, there are high times and low times. It comes with the territory. But in all my years of parenting, I try to give some good advice. Advice to those parents who are out there willing to listen. My name is Price Van Ray, and welcome to my show. Today I'm going to be talking about something special. This episode is for parents. I'm going to give you some advice so you guys know you're not alone. But first, I want to congratulate all the new parents out there. Boy, are you in for the time of your life. This is an exciting time and a great adventure, so cherish every moment. Now, on with the show. That's right, today it's a special show for all you parents and parents-to-be and want-to-be parents. Oh boy, it's an exciting time for you. Because I'm going to tell you guys, even though the show is for parents who are having kids, expecting kids, or already had kids, I think it's time we take some time out for the parents as well, because parents matter too. You know, as a parent, you have to take care of yourself. You have to make sure you're in a good place, because being a parent is a tough job. Sometimes it's a thankless job, but we do it because we love our children. That's right. All of us do. And being a parent is very, very important to us. This is why we had children, because we love them so, so much. Now, as a parent, there are some things you may not know, or you may know, or you may have forgotten, or you need to be reminded. First thing is this: you should dream more. That's right. Dreams aren't just for kids. But if they are, you were a kid one day, long ago. Do you remember? Remember when you had dreams? Dreams of doing the impossible. Dreams of being different, making a change. Dreams are great things. But did we ever stop dreaming? Did we ever settle? Well, if we did, we need to get back to our childhood mind and say, hey, I need to dream more. My dream is this. My dream is that. When I was a child, I remember I had a dream of being an astronaut. Now, I never followed through. I had a lot of dreams of so many amazing things, but one was actually to work for Disney. And I actually did my internship with Disney. It was a great experience. And I will tell everybody who's listening, if you get the opportunity to do the Disney College program, you should definitely do it. That was definitely one thing that really changed my life for the better. In fact, when I was in the college program, you meet a lot of new people, see a lot of new cultures, you have a lot of great experiences. And it's just a great environment. It is definitely. Disney is the happiest place on earth. I'm not just saying it because I went there and I worked there. It really is. Every day it was great just being there. That was one of my dreams. Another dream was to be a dad. I remember ever since I was in the 2nd grade, I said one day I'm going to be a father. I cannot wait. I just knew. So I had many, many years to think how I could be a good dad. I don't know if every kid wants to be a parent at that age, if they think that far ahead, but I guess I did. I was a little different, my parents said. But yeah, I had dreams. And in time, a lot of those dreams changed, and I followed other dreams, other passions. A dream of writing books, a dream of having a comic strip in a newspaper, which I actually did. And I'm going to tell you, you guys cannot forget about your dreams, because dreams are great. And even though I say you should dream more, we should always complain less. Many of us complain about many things. We complain about our jobs. We complain about the day we're having. We complain about not having enough money. But we should really be thankful. Thankful that we have our health, we have our friends, we woke up another day. Be thankful we have kids and we can look in their eyes and say, hey, I love my children. And I tell everybody, don't forget to look in the mirror at yourself and say, I love myself. People need to remember that. You need to be loved too, but you need to love yourself. Complain less. Dream more. Definitely. Another thing is to listen more. A lot of people really don't listen. They listen to what they want to hear, but do they really, really listen? Do they listen to what people say? Do they listen to what, if you have a pet, what your pet says? What your children say? Do you listen to your heart? Do you listen to your soul? Do you listen to your mind, to your conscience? People really need to listen. Take time and just listen. Listen to your inner soul, to your inner you. And when you do, remember to talk less. I remember long ago when I was in college, somebody said, you should listen twice as much as you talk. I mean, they didn't say that to me. I just heard somebody say that. But it's true. We should listen twice as much as we talk. I'm not going to say it's an art, because it's not an art. It's just something we should do. And I know everybody can do. Listen more and talk less. Listen twice as much, 3 times if you can do it. Quadruple. But listen. Listen to your heart. Listen to your soul. Listen to your mind. Listen to other people. Listen to your parents. Listen to your children. Just listen. One thing I'll say is you should love more. Definitely love more. Sometimes people close their heart off. And I know there are men out there who just don't say, I love you to your kids. Now, we can use my dad as an example. He passed away last year, Parkinson's disease. But his whole life, he never actually said those words, I love you. I know he loved me, but kids need to hear it. You need to tell that to your kids. But you need to take time for yourself. Love more. Because as a parent, that's what we need to do. Open our hearts. And one big thing is we need to argue less. Sometimes people just argue. I don't know why they love to argue. I'm a person who hates to argue. I cannot stand arguing. Arguing makes me sick. I don't like toxic environments. I don't like negative energy. I don't like to argue. But we need to argue less and love more. That's just what we need to do as people, as parents, as kids all grown up. Something else we need to do, we need to hope more. Hope is a powerful thing. Hope is something we all need in life. I hope this works. I hope we make it. I hope you're here on time. Hope. People need to hope more. Hope is amazing. When you have hope, there's nothing to fear. And if we do fear, we should fear less. They say, what is fear? What's that saying? You have nothing to fear but fear itself. But we all do have fear inside of us. We all get scared. It's human nature. We have children. We're afraid they might get hurt. We're afraid they might get in a bad situation. We're afraid they might go down the wrong path in life. That's fear. But we have to know when to let go just a little bit. Because we're parents, we have to let go. We have to let these kids grow up. We have to let these kids walk down that path, and if they stumble and fall, sure, we can be there to help them up. But they also have to know how to get up on their own. Because they're going to be adults in the world. Responsible. They have to know fear is a part of life. Hope is a part of life. But hope more. Hope a lot more and fear less. Being a parent, it can be so exhausting. So I will tell you this, you need to relax more. If you can relax more, you're all set. Not that I endorse alcohol, but hey, if you need a glass of wine, get a glass of wine. Cheese and crackers, get some cheese and crackers. Cookies and milk, ham and cheese sandwich, tuna fish sandwich on honey wheat bread with a slice of cheese. I mean, it sounds like I'm going through my whole list of what I like, but I'm sure there's other things you like. But you got to relax. Being a parent is a 24-hour job. It is busy, and you are always on call. But you got to remember, you have to take time for yourself. You have to relax. Because if you're all wound up, how can you be a great parent? If you're wound up, your kids, they're going to see it. They're going to feel it. They're going to know it. And you want to make sure your kids are relaxed, that you don't bring any anxiety in their life. I say another good thing for all you parents, you have to believe more. Believe in yourself. Believe you're going to be a great parent. Believe, yes, you may make mistakes, but the successes will outweigh all of that. You have to believe. Believe in your children. But believe a lot more. Believe in your ability to get the job done. Believe in yourself. Believe in others. But believe. And I know you'll have doubts. You don't think you may be able to do certain things. Some challenges may come up. It may be difficult for you, but you have to doubt less. You have to. And I'm going to tell you something. Just because you grow up doesn't mean you can't play. Doesn't mean you can't go out in the rain with your child and jump in a puddle, play in the mud, play in the dirt, play in the jungle gyms, play sports. My kids, every time there was a rainstorm, I'd try to go out there in my swim trunks. I said, okay, guys, let's go. Let's go. We're going to have some fun. We're going to play. And I know they have memories of that. And if they don't, I got pictures. Believe me, I got a lot of pictures. But I'm going to tell you, you have kids, they grow up very fast. And you want to make sure you spend time with them. And you don't want to just work all the time. Time goes by. In a blink of an eye, your kids will grow up and be gone. You want to make sure you work less, that you take that time, that special time you have that you can never get back, and spend it with your kids. I tell my kids all the time, time to me is the most precious commodity in the world. You can't recycle time. You can't get time back. There are no do-overs in life, so you got to make every minute, every second count. Time is so important, so work less. I'm going to tell you, you should also smile more. Definitely smile more. I mean, a lot of people don't. I don't think a lot of people smile as much as they should, as much as they could. But you have to make sure you do smile more. But I'll tell you one thing you need to do. Come to terms with whatever haunts you in life. Make sure you aren't haunted by the ghosts of your past, because it can tear you apart. It's something you definitely don't want to have hanging over you the rest of your life. Come to terms with everything, and you have to face it head on. And I know you can do it because you're going to be great parents, and you are great parents. And now, it's story time. Sarah worked in all places a veterinarian hospital. She had her own desk, she had her own bathroom, and entertained all the people who came in. She would do the most amazing tricks with a beach ball. Whenever someone threw the ball to her, she would balance it on the tip of her nose. This was something that she loved to do. In fact, some people thought she was born for this. But what they didn't know is that this wasn't always the case. You see, Sarah was a seal. She was found on the beach as a baby a year ago. She had terrible injuries that was due to a run-in with a shark. She barely made it out alive, but now she was missing a fin. Lucky for her, it was a veterinarian who found her that day. He took her in and nursed her back to health. When the little seal was nice and healthy months later, he took her to the place he found her, with tears in his eyes. It was time for her to go back to where she came from. It was time for her to go back home with her family. But the seal refused to leave the man's side. Instead, she ran back to the man's car, who she considered a good friend and more. She jumped in the passenger seat and refused to get out. The man knew how the seal was feeling. You see, the man would come to the ocean every week and sit all alone. He would stare out at the endless ocean. You see, years ago, he too had a run-in with a shark and lost his arm. He realized at that moment that he and the seal Sarah had more in common than they knew. In fact, they both considered each other family. And the man got in his car with the seal Sarah, and guess where they headed? Home, because they were each other's family. I want to thank you for listening today. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe so you're notified when a new episode is posted. Rate and review this podcast and share it with your family and friends. I hope you leave with something positive. I'll see you next time here. And remember this one last bit of advice. Tomorrow is never promised. So don't go to bed angry at your child or anyone you love. And before you go to bed tonight, hug your child and tell them, "I will love you forever, Dad." See you next time here on Forever Dad.